you. I don't know if that was Miss Natalia or if that was Miss Christine. Guys, welcome to the call. My name is Hans Augustin. If you've never met me before, if you haven't heard of me, I'm one of the business directors here in New Jersey. I'm always excited to be able to get on these calls because just as you, no matter how long I've been here, just like Mr. Shabazz said earlier, hey, I'm actually here to get educated. And what that means is that I'm always trying to get a better win, and my brain is always organized towards the idea of understanding. So I'm not going to take too much more time, but I am going to tell you that I'm extremely thankful for this business. I told people I've been the happiest I've ever been. I've been the most excited about. I see the most potential being here on this platform. Whether you took a loss today or not, that means you are actually winning. Losses are the ability for you to understand what to do next. And wins is just a confirmation that it works, basically. That's all it is. Losses are lessons, and wins is a confirmation to say, hey, we're moving in the right direction. I'm going to give you an opinion, and I'm going to pass the call beautifully over to Miss Marlena Smith because I am not the host tonight. But I told people if you start to do this consistently, you'll get invited. You won't have to do that much more work anymore. I've been invited for the last couple of weeks to multiple events. Meaning that if you become the leader first, you can position yourself for the invitation, basically. So what we're doing here is just making sure you guys are getting built up so that you can get to the invitation. And then one day you won't need to be invited. They're going to actually say, guess what? I'm inviting you and I'm going to pay you for it. I promise you that if you stick around long enough, I'm going to show you a couple more reasons, and the team is going to show you a couple more reasons to be in unison and together. But enough of me. I'm going to pass the call to beautiful Miss Marlena Smith, and I say that respectfully as a woman who is married, but I'm always excited to do business with Miss Marlena Smith. Do you guys know why? I'm going to tell you why. Because she's consistent, she's going to tell you the truth, and she's going to actually help you at the same time. That means that sometimes you got to honor the people that you get a chance to work with. I told people, I said the other day when I said I got Miss Marlon has an invitation to my house anytime because I know there's a level of sincerity that I've seen in her that is true. Because it's demonstrated to me within the last 2 years that at least I've been on the platform. I don't know how long it's been for you, Miss Marlena, but in the time that I've met you, I knew you were a sincere person. You meant it. You try to do your best. You always try to move the ball, and you're going to be a winner here. So I like being in the winning club. So I'm going to pass the call over to a winner. I don't believe nothing less than you. I believe greater than. I actually believe you're going to supersede the winning lifestyle, and you're going to bring legacy to your entire family because we're here to win together. So, Ms. Smith, I respectfully pass it over to the West Coast. Thank you for allowing me to host and be in your presence this evening. But I'm excited that you're the host, and the call has been handed over to you, young lady.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Hans. This is why I say yes to hosting, so I get amazing introductions like that. So good evening, everybody. I really appreciate it, Hans. It's an honor to be in business with you as well and feed off of your greatness because you are doing some big things here. So I'm excited to be a side by side with you in this business and all of you here. So welcome everybody tonight to our Supreme National Meeting that we do every Wednesday. If you do not see your teammates on here, please send them a message. Let them know that our meeting has started and they want to get on this call tonight because we have a very special training this evening by one of our OIC partners. So definitely get your business partners on here so they can get all of the good information we have and amazing spotlights that we'll be seeing as well today. Next slide, please. Thank you. All right, so Zoom keeping guidelines, everybody. As you know, if you can, if it is safe for you, please turn on your camera so we can see your face, so we can interact. We are fortunate enough to be able to do this business virtually, but also it's harder to interact, right? So if you're able to turn on your camera so we can see your faces and interact at least virtually, that would be great. Mute your lines when others are talking. Dress for success always, at least from the top up, Zoom life, and take notes. Take notes. Always have your pen and paper out because you never know who's going to say what that is going to change your perspective, your business, your mindset, your life. Okay, so one thing we have here is amazing leadership, people that are actually available to help you, to speak to you, that want to help you, that want to see you succeed, that want your success more than their own, right? So these are our Supreme Team Pod leaders. These are the ones that have reached business director and above, and in just a short 2-year period, almost 2 years. There we have a birthday coming up in a couple weeks for Supreme Team. We've already had 8 business directors. One of them has become an executive business director. I believe 5 or 6 of them are equity partners. We have 50K watch earners, 100K ring earners. So definitely people that have proven that this system works and that are available to help you reach your goals in this company. So if you have not seen this before, take a quick screenshot and we will move on to the next slide. Okay, so tonight, as you guys heard, we had the amazing Mr. Hans Augustin introduce the call. I am hosting. We have Mr. Bryce, who's going to do our recognition, which I'm excited. So happy to see you on here. We've missed you. And then we're going to have spotlights by Miss Audra. We're going to talk to Miss Audra a little bit about her experience and getting to Infinite Circle, right? And Miss Gabriella and her experience with her clients this week. And then we have, like I said, make sure your team is on here. Our closers tonight are from American Standard Gold. American Standard Gold. And they will be sharing with us how their new partnership will help us, things that we need to know to make sure that our clients are getting the best service. So make sure you get your teammates on here and are ready to take notes. Okay, and training, as you guys know, we have training almost every single day of the week. So you can never say that we do not have enough training here. This is a screenshot of all the flyers. I'm not going to take too much time on this today because I do want to leave time for our special guest, but take a quick picture of this. The next slide will just be a quick screenshot of all of those on one page. And then, of course, staying connected in our WhatsApp group. Our amazing back office staff posts these calls every day, usually an hour or two before the call to remind us when they are going. But make sure you add it to your calendars so that you have it on your calendar and ready as well so you can attend and be ready. All right, you guys know what time it is. This is when you let your hair loose. Don't care who's listening.
Oh
Unmute your
yeah.
mic, right? We have one of our business partners, Mr. Bryce Shabazz, who is going to be doing our recognition tonight. And like I said, we haven't seen you on here for a while, so I'm very happy to see your face on here and that you are participating tonight. But I am going to hand it over to you to start our recognition, Bryce.
All right. Hey, and thank you, Miss Marlena. What a beautiful introduction there. Yeah, work's been a little crazy. They just been really demanding a lot. Like I tell Suni, I think they're on to me. So so yeah. It feels good to be here. It does feel good to actually be in attendance with the camera on. So everyone, like she said, if you would please unmute yourselves. We're going to be recognizing some people here June 8th through the 14th, 2026. Let's do this. Top entrepreneur. Got Miss Ardra.
Congratulations.
Some noise out there for her today, Miss Audra.
Hey, it's fine.
Congratulations,
Betty.
Way to
All right,
go.
Miss Betty Hall.
New personal
Let's go,
recruiter.
let's go.
Congratulations.
All
All
right.
right.
Congratulations.
To
Let's
lead.
go.
Busy.
Let's
Got Antoinette Henderson, one
Get it.
personal
Let's
recruit.
get
Miss
it.
Fole, I see you on there.
All
Our
right,
top
Ah,
life
Yolanda,
app count.
congratulations.
Training associate,
Congratulations,
one life
Yolanda.
submitted.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Let's get it. Let's get it.
So
Yeah, let's get it. Let's
nice.
grow.
Let's
Life
go,
app
Miss Kimberly
Award.
Howard.
Business
Congratulations.
director
Thank you,
begin.
Let's get
Lashandra.
it.
All
Let's
right,
Sandra.
get it.
Lysandra, I see
Map,
you.
way to
One app life
go.
submitted.
All
Training
right, let's
associate.
get it. Let's get
Congratulations.
it.
Let's go, let's
Congratulations.
go.
Kim.
We are truly like the winningest
All
team.
right,
Let's
Top
All
annuity
right,
app count, Sean
right.
Hoyer.
Woo!
Hallelujah.
Gentlemen from the
Submitted.
East. Let's
Awesome.
get them.
Sean, big business
Let's get
director.
it. Let's get it.
Annuity top count. We got Dexter
All right,
Taylor.
Congratulations.
All
Submitted one
Mr.
app
We have an
Taylor.
submitted.
Yeah,
injection.
good
Dr.
job.
Field Director, one
Congratulations.
annuity submitted. We got
Let's
Miss
go, Miss
Princess
Matt.
Map. You know what to do. Make some
Let's
noise.
Rachel.
Let's
One app
go, let's
submitted.
go.
Miss Rachel,
Go ahead,
one
Miss
annuity
Rachel.
app
I see you
submitted.
moving that money.
We
Let's
are the
get it.
winningest team.
Let's
Annuity
go,
app
let's
count.
Go. Let's go.
Congratulations,
Sherry's
Everybody in
Bakersville. Let's
Baskerville.
do this.
All
Baskerville in the
right.
house.
Look at
Let's
us.
get
Look
it.
at
Moving
Shy.
that
Shy, I
money.
see you over there. One app submitted.
Oh,
Mr. Hans,
all right,
you
all
can
right,
help
all
it.
right,
Let's go,
all
let's
right.
go.
Who's registered for convention? Let's see. Let's see. Let's
All
see.
right.
Let's see.
Of
Mr.
course.
Suni
All
Samali
right, I
from the
see you
front.
in Dallas.
Business director, Mr. Hans, I see you.
All right.
Let's
I
go, Miss
All
Kim
right,
Howard,
our
Miss Marlena
Let's
queen.
go, Miss
Smith.
Howard.
Beautiful ladies over there going to convention.
All
right,
Let's
can't
do
wait to
this.
see y'all.
Let's do it, Gabriella.
Yes.
Miss Monica.
Stella and
Let's
Monica.
go. Let's go. Look down there.
The
The Baskervilles, we already
Let's
know they're in the
go.
house.
Little
Get
Let's
Mrs.
get
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Go
All
ahead, Miss
right,
Coney.
Shy and Miss
Shy and
Fola gonna be
Fola. All
in the
right,
building.
Shy and Fola.
It's gonna be
Let's
packed.
go.
It's
Let's
looking like a
go.
packed house. Who else we got? Miss
Let's
Princess,
go.
Miss
Miss
Princess
Tyresha.
Matt.
Congratulations,
All
you're
right,
going to
congratulations.
convention. That's
Yeah.
what's
Can't wait
up.
to see
Congratulations.
y'all.
Congratulations,
All
Mr.
right.
Yusuf, Miss
Yes.
Christine. Let's
Wait,
do this.
I see you guys in
congratulations.
Dallas.
Right,
Great.
Congratulations.
Dallas.
Congratulations.
Let's
Miss
go,
Tammy, Mr.
Right.
Kyrie,
All right.
Mr.
Mr.
All right,
Jones.
Kyrie.
We'll
Let's
see
Let's
go.
you
get
Let's
down to
guys
Dallas.
in Dallas.
Let's
Yes.
go, Miss Valentine, Mr. Clark.
Let's go, Mr.
Going
Clark.
to
All right, Daddy
convention.
and
Guys
Jay.
in Dallas.
Mr. David, Miss
Get it.
Carolina.
Mr. David.
All
Let's
right.
go.
This is the place to be.
Dallas.
Dallas is going to be the place to be.
Let's go.
Oh, Miss
All
Michelle.
right.
You
Let's
guys in Dallas.
Leon, salute
All
to you.
right.
Congratulations, by the way.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Let's do this. Congratulations, everyone.
Let's go.
Radio, Sis Audra.
Yes.
What a way to hit the
You
team
guys
and get
in
straight.
Dallas. Let's get it.
Congratulations.
Let's do
Let's
this.
get it.
Congratulations.
Ooh, the list is getting
Miss
longer.
Ramirez.
Let's get it.
Congratulations.
Right.
Going to Dallas.
Ramirez. I can't wait to see you in
Let's
Dallas.
go.
Let's get it.
Awesome.
Uh-huh.
All right. Congratulations, everyone.
All right. Great job, everybody. Great job. Thank you so much, Bryce, for doing our recognition. Next up is our spotlights, but I do want to say if that felt a little silly to you, you'll get used to it, right? You'll get used to it. And when you are up there, you will appreciate everybody cheering for you as well, because that is what we do. We cheer for each other, lift each other up, and support each other until we reach our goals together. So we are going to do some spotlights. We're not going to take too long today, but definitely want to acknowledge, we're going to start with our top recruiter. And I saw you on there. It's not 4, it's 5, right, Miss Audra? I saw. So just let us know, let everybody know quickly who you are. I know you've introduced yourself on other calls, but if you can please just do a quick introduction of your background and how you got here to OIC and what's been going on this week and that's got you bringing on 5 new agents.
Well, number one, you guys are amazing. So I needed to share that with the world. But everybody, my name is Audra Curitan, and I am so excited to be here. I am in the beautiful sunny state of California. Just start there. Just a brief background because it's a lot with me, guys. You'll find out that I don't fit into just one box. So I am a retired Army captain, and I currently work as a nurse executive, and I partner with major health systems here in California, and I kind of help them solve organizational issues. So I have been an agent since 1999. Okay, so that kind of tells you guys how old I am. And what brought me to OIC? God. It was a magical moment. I never ever went on to my LinkedIn. I finally went on to LinkedIn and Miss Kim reached out and she approached me with this wonderful opportunity. It sparked my interest and I joined. And I'm telling you, from the moment I've joined, you guys have a beautiful, beautiful system here. I am a systems person. And so I started to recruit the people who are closest to me and they are serious and they want no drama and they just want to educate first. And so this is my home. I just knew it from the start. And so my recruiting hasn't stopped. It's just that I'm being very protective of our wonderful culture here, right? I could
Yeah.
recruit 20 people tomorrow, but I want to protect this culture that you guys are building. So that's just a little bit about me.
Amazing. Thank you.
Hmm.
Thank you for sharing that. We are so happy to have you on board. And
Thank you.
you're not the only one that says that is God that brought you here, right? Many of us have a very similar story, maybe a different path, but the same voice or nudge or whatever that has brought us here. So definitely this team is covered and anointed and on a mission.
Yep.
Um, you said you have been licensed for a while, right? So if you can
Yeah.
just let people that are new to this industry, maybe they haven't been to, they are fortunate enough to not have been to several different companies and this is their first stop, right? This amazing
Mhm.
team and culture and company is their first experience to financial services, which is amazing. I'm jealous, but also I'm grateful for learning from those other companies. But what would you let our newer agents know, as far as what really stands out, what really made you make that decision? I know you made the decision pretty quickly after speaking to Kim, but
Mhm.
really, what was it that was different for you than the other company?
Educate the education first approach. I firmly believe that agents should become educated before they begin educating others. And I believe that this is the mission here. And that totally aligns with my goals. And so, you new agents, if this is your first agency, consider yourself blessed. Consider yourself blessed. The grass is definitely not greener on the other side. This is the organization. This is the blueprint. This is the standard. Everything else is not worth your time. I hate to say that, but it's true. This is it. This is where you're going to get your foundation.
Awesome.
Mic
I
drop.
love that.
Nothing else to say
Yes,
about it.
right.
This is it.
Nothing else to say.
Yeah.
I thank you so much for sharing tonight, Miss Audra. I know we're going to see a lot more of you on the leaderboards, on the
Yes.
calls, on the trainings. So, everybody, this is just a quick introduction of her.
Yeah.
She has brought on some amazing people on her team as well. So, just quickly, everybody, unmute your mic and just give another warm welcome to Miss Audra and thank you for sharing today.
Let's
Welcome,
go.
Miss Audra.
Let's go. Thank you, Miss Audra. Let's go.
Welcome and
Congratulations.
welcome.
You.
Congratulations.
Go.
Get it.
Sorry, I don't know if my reception is a little choppy. Was it me, Gabriella, that you were saying? Or yours is choppy? Well, next up, we have Miss Gabriella Encinas, who is my sister here in California. Not my blood sister, but my sister in business and Christ and everything else. And I've had the privilege of spending the whole day with her today. But today, she is being spotlighted because she has been working with some clients. She will let you know, but I really just want her to share what has been different again for her. She came from another company, and I'll let her share a little bit about her story and introduce herself as well. But I've really seen a shift in her confidence and really being able to talk to anybody, any income, any business. And I've really seen that in this last week. So I would love for you, Miss Gabriella, if you can share, first introduce yourself quickly to the team and share about your recent activities this week.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Marlena. It is a blessing. So yeah, I got licensed 6 years ago. I worked full time in city government. So I was trying to build this fast cash approach business with the previous companies that I was with. Just like Miss Audra shared, the grass isn't greener. Here is the right place to be. I found my place. I truly believe that you are all God sent to me, because here the culture is just so different. I feel, like you said, much more confident. I feel empowered because there's a system in place where it's educate first. And because of that, I can talk to everyone because I'm not seeing people as just a dollar number or a point number or, a promotion, like I was being, kind of taught and that push before. Here, it's you see people for who they are as a parent, as a loved one, as a, family member, as a friend. And so having that in mind, knowing that we are first here to educate people. Even just this morning, Gabe Gonzalez has said our first appointment is not about selling, it's about empowering, educating. You're not going to, here in OIC, you're not selling on the first appointment. You are taking your time to listen, to understand the client. And I think, so yesterday I had an appointment. We're constantly rescheduling, but it's actually a fifth appointment. This couple that I met, they're these grandparents. I had planned to, I had a conversation with them. I told them what I do. And 2 months later, they gave me a call and they said, hey, we want to sit with you. We want to learn a little bit more about what we can do for our granddaughters. So this was in February. So it's like we meet once a month. Okay, it's a little slow process, but at the same time, it's a process. It's about empowerment. But come to find out, now I'm working with a couple that has a very strong portfolio. I mean, we're talking in the millions. And before I would be intimidated and I felt like I needed to have somebody there with me. But no, the fact that, like you said earlier, that we can reach out to anyone, any one of those, our business directors, anyone. Brother Hans has been amazing in guiding me and just praying over me and making sure that I don't lose focus. So I feel so much more empowered. Showing up to the trainings has allowed me to really articulate the message. So yesterday, I know we have some guest speakers, but yesterday, I came in there, I did a whole review of their portfolio. I jumped on ChatGPT to help me with answering some questions that I had, used AI to help me with presenting the information back to them. And when I first sat down with them, they said, okay, I know we've been working, it has been a work in progress. We've been working towards getting this set up for our granddaughters, but we have another situation. So they have this other opportunity to do an investment into a new venture company. They said, so please give us another month. We're hoping that this will be very fruitful and then we don't have to worry about anything anymore. And our granddaughters can be set up fully for college and for the future. But what happened in this meeting was really just I was able to give them the information that they were looking for and they appreciated it. They truly did. And the gentleman said to me, look, when we were out shopping for our dream home, my wife had to look at 900 homes before she made her final decision. But please know this, that we appreciate your time, your care, your attention, that we will take care of you just the way you're going to take care of us. That's what the gentleman said to me yesterday. And it all came to fruition. That statement from him happened to come to fruition because I took my time and care and I followed our system. So, we're in the right culture here, just serving.
Absolutely. I love that. And what I know from having the conversation with you is, and for all of us, right? It doesn't matter how much somebody makes. What we've learned, I'm sure all of us sitting with clients, it doesn't matter how much money people make. It doesn't mean they understand how money works. It doesn't mean they understand how it's taxed or what to do with it. So just taking the time to break it down for them, let them know this is higher liquidity, this one you would be taxed more, this one whatever. She really broke it down, and they appreciated that, right? So there's no reason for us to be intimidated. We really do have the information that people are looking for. And again, this is a place where we can all really be ourselves and show up as we are. So I would like you to just quickly, I know we only have a couple minutes, but also share about the event that you're doing this weekend, because I know um, a lot of your shift in life came with also you reconnecting with God, right? That spiritual journey of yours. And for this, I think is a huge event for you to be able to do that and pair those two things together and still help your community.
Yeah, so I was invited. So the system teaches to network, to get out of our comfort zone, to go and do events, and just like Brother Hans or Bishop, as a who calls him Bishop, Tammy?
Tammy.
Yeah, he guides us, right? You get yourself out there, and then you're going to be invited. So I was invited to speak. I have an hour and 15 that's designated for me to speak, and it is going to be in a faith and works retreat. We have 25 young professionals, and again, it's using money as a tool, not to get rich fast. So everything's just falling in alignment. It truly is. I've been praying since you left. I'm like, okay, guide me, God, guide me. I'm writing here. I just want to make sure that I'm serving first and foremost, serving God, and yeah, that I reach their hearts and they understand that when we talk about the building blocks, when we talk about that financial foundation, that I can really articulate that to them, the importance of that. So I'm excited. 25 young adults. Sorry, I'm getting stuck with my words right now. But I know that in person I can do a great job.
Let's
Absolutely. I've
get it,
seen you
sis.
in
Let's get
action,
it.
so I know you'll do great. So everybody send Gabriella some great energy. She will be doing that presentation this Saturday. And I know you're
Got
gonna
it. You
knock
got
it
it,
out the park.
Gabriella.
Yep, you got it.
Get it,
Yeah,
sis. You
got
got
it.
it over
Thank
there.
you so
Oh,
much for sharing with us tonight.
Congratulations, Gabriella. Congratulations, Gabriella.
Yes,
Do
and
it.
from our
awesome.
spotlights, one thing that I did want to highlight is a lot of companies say they take the education approach, right? But what it is really is the agents. Are we getting properly educated? That's where I really feel the difference is here. So it may feel like a lot of training, but there is a method behind the madness, right? And even with our special guest tonight, our CEO and president is very intentional about which companies that we are in partnership with, which companies that we are, working with and serving, like using to serve our clients. So I am really excited to bring up our special closers tonight from American Standard Gold. We have Miss Jasmine Martinez, who is our go-to person for ASG, and I believe she is joined tonight with Tom Scott and Andrew Segovia. And I will say firsthand, the way that you guys welcome the new agent is amazing. I've gotten emails, I've gotten calls. I spoke to Johnny today just to get a hello and a welcome to let me know, if I have any questions or need guidance, you guys are there. So I am really excited for this partnership. I haven't referred anybody yet, but everybody, if you do not have your pen and paper out yet, get it out now, because we are about to hear from uh, our partners at American Standard Gold. And that is another thing here, right? With our company, we hear directly from the source. So it's not an agent that learned on their own and they're teaching you. We are hearing directly from the source. So I want to welcome you to our team meeting, Miss Jasmine. I don't know if your colleagues will be up here spotlighted as well, but welcome you. We are very excited to have you here and we respect your time. So I am going to pass the mic to you, Miss Jasmine.
Thank you, Marlena. It is a pleasure to see familiar faces as well as new faces. So I am very excited to be joining today. We are a part of American Standard Gold. My name is Jasmine. I am the head sales administrator there at at American Standard Gold. I have with me Tom Scott. He is our sales manager, and the best of the best. He will answer any and all questions that you have. He will help you, point you in the right direction, as well as help your clients. And I also have Andrew Segovia. He is also one of our advisors here. He will be taking over the stage with speaking on today's topics, and then as well as answering any questions that we might have at the end of all of this.
Fantastic. Hey, I just want to introduce myself. I don't know if you guys can see me or not. I don't know why my camera is not working tonight. I apologize. My name is Tom Scott. I am the director here at American Standard Gold. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes,
Yes.
sir. We
We can hear
Okay,
you.
okay,
Yes.
fantastic. Well, I just want to thank you all for inviting us and letting us speak tonight. Want to let you know that everything we do as a team. So we are teammates with you guys. Okay. So we want to make this as easy as possible for you. So I'm going to turn it over to Andrew. Andrew's going to talk a little bit about our services. And again, I am very, very excited to be working with all of you all. And I'm always here and available for you at any time. Okay. So thank you so much. And Andrew, go ahead.
I think we might have some technical problems with Andrew.
That means it's best to be great information. Okay, I will go ahead and start off. I think there is some technical issues with Andrew's camera and mic. So first off, obviously, guys, we're so excited to be partnered up with the OIC group. And again, just to reiterate what Tom said, we are here to help you 100%. We are here to guide you in the right direction. We're here to answer any questions, provide you as much material as we can with education. We even tell our advisors to call their agents and do weekly trainings and go more into detail with that as well to help you guys better understand what we offer, as well as to better understand what we can offer to the clients in 10. So first thing off is we have our 3 streams of revenue. One of them being a gold IRA, meaning the gold IRA can then what we call qualified money. So with this, it's any retirement fund, any 401k, 403b, any annuity can then be rolled over into a gold IRA. And I'm going to say gold a lot because that's typically what we deal with. We deal with gold and silver majority, but we handle precious metals. We are a precious metals dealer. So gold, silver, platinum, palladium. Now with that, obviously we take this qualified money to then be transferred or rolled over into a gold IRA. The 2 biggest things I always like to tell all of our agents, all of our clients, is that the gold IRA has a huge tax advantage. The tax advantage comes from when we go to fill the client's portfolio. Let's say we have a client who then rolls over their previous 401k into a gold IRA. We tend to focus on what we call non-bullion or more rarity items, so our key date coins. With these key date coins, let's say for an instance, like I said, we have a client rolling over their 401k. We tend to focus and we have a
say a coin, a specific key date can be, let's say, upwards to $9,000, $10,000. Well, with the gold IRA, because it is an IRS regulated account, we only view, or should I say, they only view this coin as melt value. So right now, gold, the ticker price that you see for an ounce of gold, I believe, is $43.80. So we will be taxed on that $43.80 compared to what the actual market value of that coin is, which is $9,000, $10,000. That's where the tax advantage comes into play. That's exactly what we want to put your client in, right? That's where we're wanting to fit them in for their portfolio, so they can see a better return with their gold IRA. So that is something we typically focus on when we go to fill these gold IRAs in their portfolios. Another really big advantage is the fees. I deal with the previous custodians most of the time, and I see some of these statements from previous clients, and they're having 1% to 2% fees attached to their accounts. Compared to, we use Heritage. Heritage is our main custodian that we are using. The first year's fees is $350. After the first year, it comes down to $225. So compare that to 1% to 2%. That's a really, big difference. And the client can see the big difference with those fees. Now, when it comes to dealing with Heritage, we've also, they're really, really communicative. They provide statements for our clients. They provide a portal for our clients. So it's definitely more user friendly to the client as well as to us as well. They're able to answer all of our questions. They're able to, and then be communicating with us in less than 5 minutes with them communicating, right? So we really appreciated that with Heritage. Then our second stream of revenue is our what we call pre-built portfolios, or our advisory deals, as what I like to call them. This is any unqualified money, so anything coming from savings, anything coming from cash, anything coming from a credit or debit purchase. This can then be turned around and bought with precious metals as well. So let's say you had a client who had wanted to spend $10,000 of their savings into diversifying with precious metals. Well, we will then in turn tell them, hey, I believe a pre-built portfolio would best fit you. You're still able to purchase gold. You're still able to purchase silver. And then we can continue with that as well. So with a gold IRA, typically it takes anywhere from 7 to 15 business days with the process from start to finish. And we do like to provide a white glove service to our agents as well as our clients. We do know providing that security is definitely something that we in turn want to provide for the clients to make them feel comfortable and secure about them rolling over their accounts. So with the gold IRAs as well, because it is an IRS regulated account, we do have to use an IRS depository. We use IDS, or the top depository in Dallas, as well as we do have a depository in Delaware and in California. So with this, the client's portfolio or precious metals will be segregated from all the other clients that are then being put into the depository. The client is more than welcome to go visit their metals at any time and can have access to that as well.
Jasmine, can I interrupt just 1 second? This is Tom.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm also
Just want to
here
let
as
you
well.
guys
Sorry,
know, we only work with physical metals. We don't do anything with paper. So we are not doing anything with ETFs, stock gold, stock silver. Everything is actual physical gold and silver. So that's why it has to be placed in a IRS approved depository. Okay. Also, too, when we are, if your client is using unqualified money or savings, that is also physical gold and silver. What we would do is, if you have a client that's not sure what they want to do, right, is that what we ask is that you get them on a Zoom call with us. We will find out what their goals are, and then we will give you a recommendation on what's going to be the best fit for them. At that time, your client then would wire the funds into us within 24 hours, we can actually fill their portfolio. What makes it also very, very good is if your client on an unqualified or an advisory deal, those metals the client can actually receive those metals. If they don't feel comfortable keeping their gold or silver at home or in a safe deposit box or in any of those areas, we will actually store it in our facility, 100% insured, free of charge as a service for them. Okay. And they're more than welcome to come in and see that gold or silver anytime they would like. Also, too, we set up a contract with them for their storage, and we set up what we call a TOD, which will let us know who their beneficiaries are in case something were to happen to them. Their beneficiaries can come in and get their precious metals at any time, so that it doesn't have to go into probate. So we set all of that up for you. And the easiest way to do this, again, is if you have a client that's interested, is get them on a Zoom call with us, and we will do the work for you. Okay. So you don't have to be an expert in gold and silver to be able to do this. Okay. You just need to know the basics, and we'll take it from there. Okay. So we want to make this as easy as possible for you. Sorry about interrupting. Go ahead, Jasmine.
I'll actually, if I can pivot on that, can you guys hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, so guys, I'm Andrew. Sorry about the technical difficulties, but yeah, no, so I'll go ahead and pivot on that, because one of the things, especially, Audra can definitely attest to it, is that the same thing that you guys said. We are very education first, because at the end of the day, we're talking about other people's money. We're not talking about our money. And so what we're doing is we're solving problems, because all of us are dealing with the same things. We all live in the same country, and we all have our money in areas that need to be protected. And so what American Standard Gold is providing for you guys and for your clients is that security, whether it's in an IRA, whether it's liquid money, checking, savings, things of that nature. And like Tom said, it is whatever you are looking to accomplish, then we're going to make a recommendation based off of that. And so that's really the difference, is that we offer options for everybody's financial picture. So some people set themselves up for retirement strictly through retirement accounts. Some people, they don't trust retirement accounts and they just go liquid or keep cash on hand. We can help with both. And then depending on what they're trying to do, then that's where we bring in our recommendations. So another thing that I would say, Tom, did you happen to bring up key date or anything like that?
We have not spoke about that yet. We were just kind of covering the basics on how the different areas of how the client can actually invest. We haven't talked really about any product yet.
Okay. So I guess where I'll start is, because I want to make sure that I'm answering questions, because it can always be vague and just kind of get through it. But is there something that is top tier questions that anybody has right now?
Hey, Mr. Andrew, this is Hans Augustine in New Jersey. I'll ask for the group. I think more for the group since we're brand new, we're just trying to understand. We're used to certain illustrations. We're so used to say, hey, this is the potential rate of return. If you can kind of express that to the organization, say, hey, when somebody does, like I heard the tax event, which is actually excellent, but how does somebody assume what the projections look like for the future so that if they don't want to make anything up, but how would you language that to customers to say, hey, this is what you can look forward to as the potential if we were to pivot into gold, basically?
That's a great question.
So
That is a
Andrew, go ahead. Go
yeah,
ahead.
that's a great question. And so I mean, obviously, you can't give guarantees to clients. Now, what you can work off of is historical data. And so, what I really like to drive to my clients, to all people who are looking into it, is that if we just go hand in hand, the Dow Jones compared to gold. From 2020 up until today, the Dow Jones has performed a little over 350%, and it's still at an all-time high right now. Gold has done, depending, obviously, it fluctuates every single day, has done anywhere from 1,000 to 1,100% during that same time. So, on top of the advantages of owning that physical, tangible product, and that's the big thing, is that it's a tangible item. You're not. It's not a piece of paper. It's not something that is a fugazi, I guess. It would be a good term for it. It's something that's real. It's something that you can hold, even inside of an IRA, or whether or not you use your liquid assets. And so, when you take a look at those things, gold has far outperformed any non-tangible product. So that's going to be one of the biggest advantages. On top of that, there are ways that you can buy gold as well, or metals in general. And that's going to come to how you really build a portfolio. And that's where the tax advantages come in. Because your key date products, and Hans, I know that we talked about this on one call, but the U.S. Mint produces two different types of metals every year. They are gold, but they are produced differently. And your key date products, they have a proven track record of far outperforming just a traditional bullion portfolio. And so that's where that tax advantage comes in, because the way the IRS looks at those retirement accounts is they solely look at the melt value. So with those key date products, they perform 3, 4, maybe even 5 times more than just a bullion item. And so the bullion is solely based on weight and melt, and that's it. And so whenever you move yourself into a key date product, what happens is that you may have a portfolio that's $100,000 in weight, but with a key date product, it could potentially be 200, 300, maybe even $400,000 in value, and you're not having to pay those taxes because the IRS is only based off of the melt value of the product. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir. It does make sense to me. Yes, sir.
So what can I
Yeah,
just
Tom, if you have
let
something
you
to add
guys
to
know
it.
one other thing as well? One thing that we do for you and your client, if you want to show your client a potential what returns are, we do illustrations for you. Okay, so you can shoot us an email anytime and say, hey, I've got a client that's interested. They've got, $100,000 that they're looking to invest. Can you show me an idea of what their returns would be? So we can get you over an illustration within 10 minutes, okay, that will break it down for them to give you an idea on the type of product that we put in your clients' portfolios. The minimum return that has happened over the last 30 years is about 11 to 11.5% return per year. Okay. That's conservative, right? Over the last 2 years, gold's gone up over 46%, right? But we're not going to show an illustration of that point because we don't know if gold's going to keep doing that. But we do know on average that over the last 30 years that they can get at least a minimum of 11% return. So we're going to set the illustration up showing you the conservative level, okay? And we'll break it down over 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, up to 25 years, so that they can really get an idea of what kind of return they're looking at. And this will give them once they see that in writing and in an illustration, it really makes sense for them. And again, so anytime you guys need something like that, all you got to do is shoot Jasmine an email, Andrew an email, any advisor that you are working with, and we will get that illustration over to you immediately. Okay. So that's a great way to start with your clients so that they can get a basic idea of what the return is. And then we can set up a Zoom meeting with them and answer any further questions. So I hope that will also help you guys. Okay. So we do have quite a bit of marketing material that we can offer you for your client.
I think there's two more questions. There's a Miss Audra and Mr. Ridley. And then there was one question in chat that says, is there a minimum amount that needs to invest? And then I'll pass it to the lady first, Miss Audra, and Mr. George after that. So I don't know if that's Andrew or Jasmine, but there was a question.
Yeah, so in terms of the minimum amount, we don't have any minimums or any maximums because we offer so many different options to our clients. Whenever it comes to the IRAs, what I will say is that generally that is going to be around $25,000 for a rollover. And we will cover the first year fees for any IRA that's over 25,000. They may have covered it while I was having my difficulties, but the first year is a $350 fee that we cover. And then after that first anniversary, it's going to be $255. When it comes to advisory or just utilizing your liquid assets, yeah, there really is no minimum. Obviously, the market is going to set a bottom line. And so, with silver being where it's at, that's probably going to be about $100. And with where gold is at for an item that we're going to recommend for security, it's generally going to be around $800 right now where the market's at. So we have options for every type of client that you have, whether it's liquid assets, whether it's a monthly budget that they have, or IRAs as well.
My turn.
Yeah, go ahead, Miss Audrey.
Okay. So I have more of a comment. I don't know about you guys, but I'm super excited that I'm going to have a gold mine in my garage in the safe. I'm already getting it built, right? And I just get super excited just to learn the new verbiage like melt value, bullion. Like we're increasing our vocabulary, guys, right? So I'm excited about that alone. I just wanted to make a comment about Andrew, Jasmine, and Tom. I don't know if I'm your first client from OIC, but these guys have been absolutely amazing. I'm having some trouble trying to liquidate my Robinhood account, and Andrew and Jasmine are all over it. They are not just guiding me, they're hands on. We're on a three-way call. They're really walking me through this. So they also offer us the white glove treatment, guys. So they have been amazing. And I just wanted to thank you guys for that. That's all.
Thank you, Audra.
Yeah, Audra, thank you. That was awesome. Thank you very much. So, did someone else
Yeah,
have
I
another
hi.
believe there
question?
was another
It was
question.
Yeah,
Mr.
yeah,
Ridley,
I
sir.
do.
Ridley.
Yeah, hi. And thank you. All this information has been good. I've been collecting gold and silver for a while now. And when I get my coins and stuff like that, I get certificates and stuff like that of authenticity and stuff. But I'd like you guys to explain more for the folks that are on the key date, and also the follow-on question to that is, the investment of the coins, the philosophy behind that, and the strategy behind that, of the coins less than 500,000. And since the third question would be, and since these guys are getting, most of them will probably not get receipt of whatever it is they're investing in, and it's tangible, what are they going to receive to know that they have these investments in place?
So I'll address that last question first. In regards to the receipts, um, so if you're utilizing an IRA, you will receive statements that you should be getting quarterly. So they will know what they are putting or rolling into. Um, as you mentioned with the certificates of authenticity, coins like that have far outperformed just traditional bullion coins that don't have their certificates. It's just purely weight and content. And the way that I generally like to paint that to a client is really just a T chart presentation. And what it does is it shows the volatility of one non-certified coin and then a certified coin. Because when you have the certifications, there's a specific supply. And generally, when we're speaking to gold, um, the US Mint produces millions of bullion coins that do not have certificates every single year. So there is an unlimited supply. Now, certified and graded coins or key date coins, there is only a certain amount of those that actually exist. And so when you add the supply and demand factor to it, it's not just melt value. So, a great example that I like to give because it is a recent, when I say recent in the last 6 years, is the V75. The V75 was a commemorative coin to the end of World War II. Had you purchased the V75 when it first came out, which is just a gold American Eagle with a privy mark on it, certified and graded, you could have gotten it very close to what the melt value was at the time. Nowadays, that coin is going for closer to 29 to $30,000. And it is because of the certification and the grade that go along with it. And you have coins that have far outperformed that as well. And I'm sure Tom could actually speak to even the Escudos, which are some of the most successful coins we've ever seen to date. Tom, you want to go ahead and jump in on that?
I wanted, sure, I can talk about that, but I don't want to load you guys up with too much information because I don't want you to get confused. Okay. The real thing right now is knowing gold is moving. Okay. Gold is going up since 2024. The end of 2024, gold was at $1,980 an ounce. Today, it's almost at $4,400 an ounce, right? So it's more than doubled. That's the most important thing that you need to know to be able to talk to your clients, okay? Because this is an area that is unbelievable, great protection for your clients, okay? Once we can go into all kinds of different information on different coins and different aspects of everything. But again, I don't want to confuse you. The best thing to do would be to get one of your clients interested, get them on a Zoom call with us. Let's find out what their goals are, and then we can go into more detail. Okay. That I think would be the easiest way to do it. And again, if you guys want to have more time for training and those type of things to go more involved in the different metals and the numismatics or investment grade key date or bullion, we'll be more than happy to do that with you. But again, you don't have to be an expert in this. Okay. That's what we do. Right. So the main thing is knowing gold is doing extremely well. Silver is doing extremely well. Your clients are going to be well protected. We don't just offer the coin of the week. Okay. We've been doing this for over 25 years. We're advisors. We're here to help protect your clients' wealth. That's what we're here for. Okay. So that's the best way, I think, to start. Again, kind of keep an eye on where gold is right now, right? With the war with Iran, gold has fluctuated a little bit, right? And that you're looking at bullion when you look at what the tickers do every day. It was up and it's been down. We've had some dips, right? But now that we're supposed to have an agreement with Iran, gold is starting to move again. Okay. A lot of things are going to happen. Bank of America, JP Morgan, they all are saying gold is going to be over $5,500, going to $6,000 by the end of the year per ounce. Okay. So those are the areas you really need to concentrate on, right? And we'll go into great detail with you when it's time to be able to see what your clients are their goals are. And then that way we can go into more detail. Okay. And again, I'm not trying to avoid the question and I'm not trying to do this. I just don't want to confuse you and get you in certain areas to where right now it's more important to know that this is a great area of protection and a great way for your clients to diversify. Okay. So Andrew, if you want to go ahead and if you want to continue.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. Yeah, like you said, you don't have to be an expert in gold. I was talking to Audra yesterday or the day before, and we were talking about, how do you kind of segue the clients into understanding how that conversation works. So the biggest thing, guys, like I said, I heard it multiple times. Very big on education, and pour into it a little bit. If you guys have any questions, obviously we are absolutely here all the time. You can reach out to us at any point. And then if you want to do some light reading, I would recommend Kitco is a very good website to touch base on metals as well. So you'll definitely learn a lot, and I'm super excited about this. Are there any specific questions other than that?
Let me just say
Marilyn
one
has a
more thing
question.
about that. Our website gives great information. You can go on our website. We have different ways to educate yourself that way as well. Again, it's AmericanStandardGold.com. You can go on there. There's plenty of articles about gold, different types of gold as well. Sorry, Andrew, I just wanted to.
Oh, yeah, no, absolutely.
There is a question by Miss Marilyn Granado. Thank you, Miss Audra, for highlighting that. Miss Marilyn, did you want to unmute and share really quickly?
Well, you kind of answered it. I was trying to figure out the best way for me to know that this is a really great client that would be really, for American Standard Gold, because we have, all these options. And so I was just kind of thinking, what is my pitch, for like, this would be a great asset for you, as opposed to anything else. I did hear you say, tax advantage, it's a physical commodity that they actually own, and that the melt value is where the IRS is going to be putting their taxes at. But you did say Kitco. I don't know how to spell that. That would be nice to know. But yeah, my question is more like, who is my ideal client to put this in place?
That's a great question. So, most of the time, when a client gets himself into gold, it is going to be for one of three reasons or multiple of the three. It's either going to be profit potential, so just looking to make money, um, because historically it has outperformed everything. They're looking for some type of protection or a hedge against the economy because gold has been a product that has outperformed the inflation rate as well. I mean, you could take a look at the price of a tuxedo back in 1950 compared to today. Gold has stuck to that standard. And then also, generational wealth is generally the big key factor. They're looking to pass that down to their kids, grandkids in some way, where inflation and volatility is not eating away at it. So most of the time, if you're having a conversation with a client and they tell you, look, I have this money in this area and I don't feel comfortable. I don't feel secure in it. Okay, well, hey, I have this product that we should have a conversation about, which is gold. And whether it's inherited, non-inherited, whatever it may be, those are going to be the biggest reasons why people gravitate towards metals to secure their wealth. Does that
One
answer your
other
question?
thing. One
Oh,
other
yeah,
thing.
that was wonderful. Thank you so much. That's so helpful.
Great job,
Absolutely.
Andrew. One other thing. One gentleman asked a question as far as, will your clients be able to get an itemized statement or an invoice or something that's really breaking down what their product is? We do that on every single transaction. Okay, when your client decides precious metals is where they want to invest, we will break it down for them. We will also send them a DocuSign reviewing what the items are that they're going to be investing in. And we'll go over each one of them with them so that they understand it. And then they can sign it and acknowledge it and send it back. So we're not going to just go blind in there with your clients. We're going to explain everything to them so that they're very comfortable. Okay.
And please also know that you will be a part of that process with your client. We always like to really, really stress that you are also learning with your client. So taking them hand by hand, and we are leading the way to help you with the process from A through Z. That's why we like to say we provide a white glove service for both the client as well as you guys.
So, Ms. Jasmine or Mr. Andrew or Mr. Scott, we work in a very strong education community and small business community. And so I don't know the answer, but I'm asking, so, hey, I'm helping a teacher or a staff member move money into this idea because they're interested in legacy or some of the key things that you guys stated. How does required minimum distributions work for folks like that? Or if somebody's ready to liquidate because they do need to potentially retire, how do those factors matter? So if somebody said, hey, Hans, I'd like to consider it, but hey, how do I liquidate? How does that play out for individuals, and how does RMDs affect?
So I'll answer that. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
really quick. I'm sorry. So the RMDs on an IRA are set up the same in a precious metals IRA as if they were doing a traditional IRA, Roth IRA, or SEP IRA, or a simple IRA. So it's all set up the same way. And each year they will pull a certain portion or on their RMDs, whatever that is. We will take their metals, and we will liquidate them, put them back into cash, and the custodian will send them a check, okay, so that they have that to be able to take care of their taxes. If they decide that they want to keep it in their metals, we can ship them the metals, and then if they want to take it out of their savings or whatever they'd like to do. But we do it exactly the same way as if it was just if there were stocks, bonds, mutual funds in their IRA as well. As far as liquidating, if your client decides they want to move their money into something else, there are no surrender fees as far as any of that is concerned. We buy, sell, and trade every single day. So we can get their metals liquidated pretty quickly. The main thing is that on RMDs, we like to, it takes because there's a custodian involved, we like to give them at least a 3-week notice, right? So that we can get that done for them and they get their funds, on time. If it becomes an advisory situation, if they're doing it to where they just purchased it and it didn't go into a qualified account like an IRA, we can get that liquidated within a week, 10 days, no problem. So, and again, there is no surrender fees at all. So we try to make that part of it as easy as possible as well.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if there's any other questions from the team members while we have these gentlemen and lady there, but please put it in the chat or, quickly unmute, obviously, because we do know we want to close within efficient time frames. But is there any other key questions? Because this doesn't happen every day to have them come on board. So we're thankful for that. But does anybody have any other questions? And I don't want to stop your flow, Mr. Andrew or Miss Jasmine, if there were other pieces, or Mr. Scott, that you wanted to add to.
I am shocked that no one has asked how many carats are the gold. Was that just me? I'm sorry. I'm just shocked you guys haven't asked that question. Like, I was all over these guys, right?
Yeah, so just so you know, on that end, most of our recommendations are going to be either 22 or 24 karat gold. They're going to, again, offer the most profit potential, and then command the most capital at time of liquidation as well. Because we want to be sure that we're putting everybody into the best product possible for what they're looking to achieve. So yeah, 22, 24 karat gold, that's the short answer for it.
Is there any limit on how much you guys can manage as contribution? We've experienced certain accounts might say, hey, well, the most that we can take on is 2 million. If somebody comes up with larger numbers than that, is that something that's possible to you guys, or is there a limit on how much can be contributed into an account?
We can do, we've done very, very large amounts in the $50 million range, up. So that's very possible to do that. So there, again, we have no bottom amount and the top amount we can get that, accomplished as well.
Miss Mapp, you have a question?
Hello. Hi, Tom. It's Princess.
Hi, Princess. How are you?
Oh, great. And hello, Jasmine and Andrew. Yes, I want to just second the fact that they've been very helpful. I've talked to them on a few occasions. But I did have a question in regards to the subscription. If you guys had touched that already, forgive me. But for the subscription boxes, is there a minimum and what actually comes in it for the monthly subscription?
So in regards to the subscription, it's going to start at $99.99 a month, so basically $100. Now, the one thing that I will say about it is absolutely a great opportunity for an entry level, is that's going to be more for a client who is really just working off of a budget. Because metals are one of those things where you don't want to wait to buy. You want to buy and then you wait and capitalize on that growth. So, we do have clients who monthly, they have the capability of buying, a few thousand, a few 10,000. I've personally had clients who, they buy $100,000 a month in metals. So we do have the capabilities of it. Though, but again, the one thing that I would say and I would stress to clients is that if you have the capability of doing it, do as much as you can comfortably at the time, because the growth aspect of it is astronomical. But again, we don't have any minimums, we don't have any maximums. So the subscription starts at $100. And then it goes up from there. We have the capability of doing much more as well.
Yeah.
That's good
I
to
mean, there's
know. I think
boxes.
the client that I was dealing with, she was asking for her grandkids, like at Christmas. I mean, excuse me, not her grandkids, her nieces and nephews. So ideally, she's like, I want to give them gold bars and, something like that. So I don't know if that makes sense in something like this.
Absolutely. You can listen, if that's the case, if you're doing it for like your grandkids or kids, that's a great way to get them started into metals, and they can pay as little as $100 a month. The $100 a month is going to be all silver, because again, the price of gold now is a little, is up in the $4,000 range. But the $99 box would be all silver. Going If you're looking to have gold and silver, you're going to be looking at probably wanting to be in the $500 plus boxes. Okay. But each month they get something new, and they get an educational document that comes with it that explains what's in the box, so that they can start to learn about it, understand how works in the market, etc. So for kids, that is a great subscription for them, for sure.
I love that. I love that. Thank you.
Right. Yes, ma'am.
There's a question by Miss Betty Hall. If you want to unmute.
I had took my hand down because I was going to ask about for the grandchildren as well, because I was kind of interested in that for my grandchildren. And also want you, Mr. Andrew, since you were speaking, do you have a portfolio in this?
In metals?
In precious metals.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Yeah, so I have a very diversified portfolio. Actually, here recently, with everything that's been going on, I've actually leaned a lot heavier towards metals. I've been more aggressive with it, but I have the majority of it is gold. But I do have quite a bit of silver, platinum, and palladium as well. So I would say about 5 years ago, um, I was probably 10 to 15%, but with everything going on now, I'm closer to about 60% of my portfolio being in metals.
Thank you.
Second, guys. Let me just verify something. Is there any other question as I verify?
So I'll actually continue on that as
Okay.
well, because it is something that I've seen over the last few years. Generally, what I have seen are portfolios that are leaning around 20 to 30% allocation to metals. And having done this as long as I have, um, I I've seen more of my tenured clients actually reaching out to me to purchase, as opposed to me reaching out to them. So, although the metals market is at what would be right now almost an all-time high for all of them, um, I've seen some of the largest purchases in metals happening over the last 6 to 8 months. And we're talking about very highly qualified clients. One of them's an attorney, the other one has worked in part of the government. And then I have a few athletes as well. So I've seen a very interesting trend here of the last 6 to 8 months, like I say, but historically, again, it's one of the best assets that you can put your money into.
Um, so I'm gonna ask you guys one last question as our closing statement because we got to transition to a call in the West Coast because this has been actually great. I believe we're gonna invite you guys back again. I don't know if Miss Jasmine or but if somebody's not connected with you guys, what's the traditional steps? I'm familiar with it, but there is a tremendous amount of new agents on our organization that have just onboarded. So how would you recommend they go about that, Miss Jasmine or Mr. Andrew or whoever would be best to answer that
So,
question, and we can invite you guys back
yeah,
again.
of course. Thank you, Hans. So when it comes to kind of the whole process from beginning to end, um, with this, we do have specific procedures with OIC. They do request that you go in their back end to finish contracting. Once you finish contracting, they will then let us know, hey, Hans finished contracting. Here is his information so we can continue with onboarding. We would then take over and basically do our onboarding. You would go in, schedule, and as well as all of our information is in the OIC backend, as well as marketing materials as well. So if you go access that, you will also have my number. You will also have a Calendly link that would be directed straight to our website. And you will also have access to our website as well. On the website, you're able to go in, view at everything on our website. And again, you'll have my number, you'll have my email. You're more than welcome to reach out to me.
Well, I do
Now,
appreciate
and
you,
I
Miss
just want
Jasmine.
to
You
add
were
something,
actually,
Mr.
oh, go ahead,
Gustin,
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
if you
Yes,
don't
sir.
mind me just kind of adding something. First of all, thank you guys, Jasmine, Andrew, Tom. But for the team, um, what's really amazing about them and their concept of approaching the market is that they're really simplifying this for you, right? So if you can look at them like a business director or your upline, when you have a client, because I think that's what Tom is trying to say. Tom is like, listen, if you can just bring your client to us, you pique their interest, you bring the client to us, we'll do all the heavy lifting, right? And
Yes,
then we'll
sir.
help you close that business. And in the interim, if you're interested in becoming a gold expert, you'll learn client for client in the field. Does that kind of make sense? Right, you guys? And so, because I don't want to be a gold expert, I'll be very honest with you, but I want to help a lot of other people make some money with some gold. Right. And so, if I can leverage them, right, to do the heavy lifting, I don't have to be an expert in gold, but I can leverage the expert to put the client in the best position. Right. So awesome. I appreciate you guys so much, Hans. I'll turn it back over to you to close this out, brother.
No, Ms. Jasmine, it definitely was excellent to connect with you when you went through the contracting process. And I did also have a chance to speak multiple times with Mr. Andrew, and I really appreciated your efficiency. And Mr. Scott, this is the second time I've had a chance to encounter you on one of the calls. And I think your information has been extraordinary with your experience. So we definitely are going to invite you guys back, and we really appreciate you guys spending the time. I know it's a little bit later period, so we don't take that for granted. We're gonna believe that this organization is going to make your efforts very fruitful, and we're looking forward to working with you guys. So everybody, we're going to end the call. I could say more. It's primarily because we do have one more West Coast call that we're going to host for the $1 Million Baby Program. So if you guys have invited guests on that line, we definitely welcome. That is probably a great opportunity to expose those parents to how they can actually grow money through goals. So Mr. Andrew, I appreciate you, Ms. Jasmine, multiple efforts of respect, and Mr. Scott, thank you for offering your experience. But we see you guys the next time you are invited to this call. We do respect what you offered us tonight, and we appreciate it. Mr.
Absolutely.
Simone,
Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
guys.
please offer us some love and
Yes.
thanks to these individuals.
Thank
Don't be
you
afraid
so
to
much,
share
you
our hearts.
guys.
Thank you
All
so
right.
much.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Have a
Thank
good
you.
one.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thanks.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.